episode of Financial Freeway. My name is David G. Atwood. I am the man rocking the Ray-Bans. And today we are heading off to work. It is stormy. Right now there's a little break in the clouds, but the wind is pushing those clouds around. And this morning, just sitting in the office watching the storm pass over, it was pitch black and the rain was just coming down. I'm a big fan of the rain this time of year because we got some stuff that wants growing, and also when the drought comes during the summer, everything goes brown. It's nice to have the greenery, the green grass last a little bit longer. So this weekend we had a lot of stuff happen. Poor Gabby got the full brunt of my frustration with my tax bill. I got my tax bill from the Canadian Revenue Agency. I assumed I owed so much, and the Revenue Agency, Canada Revenue Agency, came back and said, "No, you owe more." So, okay, so I had to cut a pretty nasty size check this weekend. And in the same email, I got property taxes as well. So it was an expensive weekend, probably the most expensive weekend I've had in my life. So it was a lot of checks had to be cut, and it kind of got me a little bit upset, a little bit frustrated. And then I had to take a step back and realize that, first of all, it's just numbers on a piece of paper, just pushing numbers around. That's all we're doing. And, we get numbers from here and move them over to here, and that's all it is. It's not like I had to go into my big bank vault and my Scrooge McDuck bank vault and pull out all these gold coins and take them off to the king. No, I just had to go clickety-clack on the keyboard for a little bit and get and move numbers from one place to another place. That's all it was. So, and not only that, I'm a pretty lucky guy in the fact that, I do get bills that big, which means I can pay bills that big. I mean, not easily, don't get me wrong. It was not an easy check to cut. But sometimes we really do have to look at the positive side of things, even though it's hard to. Sometimes it's like, hey, you know what? I'm a guy who gets to cut a check that big for king and country. So maybe it's not a bad thing. And this light's been red a long time. Red, go. Oh, the light wasn't broken. Oops. Well, hope this won't be used against me in a court of law. So, there was some other cool things that happened, but the thing I kind of really wanted to talk about, first thing I want to talk about was, when something negative happens, like you get a check, you get a bill, try to look on the positive side of it. Try to be happy and try to not to make people's lives around you miserable, which is kind of what I was guilty of on Thursday when my baby just kept handing me bill after bill after bill, and not little bills either, big ones, really big ones. So yeah, try to look on the bright side of things in that sense of things. Something that was really cool that happened this weekend was back in the 90s, early 90s, I got myself some magic books, and I couldn't afford them at the time. This book was, I remember specifically, it was $53. And it was Roberto Giobbi's Card College, Volume 1. And I remember reading it and being frustrated because he keeps referring to the fact that there were some things he referred to in Volume 2 of the book. And if you really want to know more information, check out this in Volume 2. Or he also listed the pages, like, 700 and something, which was in Volume 2 as well, because he kind of took the first book that he wrote, Card College, and he broke it into 2 books. So it was frustrating for me because I couldn't afford the first book, but luckily I had a gift of a gift card at the store where his book was being sold, so I was able to go get the second book. I felt like a king. I had volume 1 through 3 of the Tarbell's Encyclopedia of Magic, and I had volume 1 and volume 2 of Card College. I felt like I had it all. I had the most complete and diverse magical library in the world. I focused on my card magic really took off when I got a hold of Card College, and I really dived into it, and I spent a lot of my time trying to master the techniques and the things that he spoke about in those first 2 books. And then when the third book came out, I was hooked. And the fourth, and then finally the 5th one of that series. Well, he's also written a lot of other things. So I became a real fan of the man, of his writing technique. And then one day he had a lecture online, and I was able to download it because he rarely comes to North America because he's from Switzerland. So there was a lecture he did, and I watched the lecture. Then he did a second lecture, so I watched that one. And I was so excited. And it's funny watching someone, sometimes you feel like you get a sense of who they are. There's always that saying, careful, about meeting your heroes. But when I was on Oktoberfest in 2022, I reached out to him and said, I'm going to be in the area. Would you care to have a cup of coffee? Now, I was not in the area. Munich is not anywhere near where he lived, in the village he lives in Switzerland. Nowhere near at all. And I ended up taking like a 3-hour train ride to his village. He picked me up in his car. We went out for dinner. We sat in his house. We had cookies. We had whiskeys. He made me a charcuterie board. We sat and we talked for hours about things other than magic. It was a great event for me because, they say never meet your heroes. They say don't meet your heroes. But this is one of those times where I got to meet him, and he was an amazing man. And we became friends. And we kept in touch, a little bit here and there. He read my book on magic. He loved it, which I thought was exciting. And anyways, I had a chance to have a Zoom call with him on the weekend. And the man is so intelligent. When I'm speaking to him about magic, I feel like a monkey. I just feel like an idiot. I feel like one of those robot monkeys banging the cymbal compared to him. Like his depth of magic is incredible. But it was still a great conversation. It was good to reconnect with him, and it inspires me to be a better magician, is what it does. But that was a really great experience. Today, as I sat down at the computer, I realized just how hard it is to stay focused in this world. I turn on my phone, I turn on my headset to kind of tune things out. I usually listen to focus music, it's called now, on YouTube, and it works out really well for me. I'm able to tune out the world while I'm trying to focus. But it's tough. It's tough. There is a lot of things coming at us every day. Every day we are, where we're trying to focus on moving in a direction, starting a business, writing a book, making content for social media, whatever it is. It's tough. There are thousands, millions of things pulling at us all the time, like always trying to capture our attention. And they've realized that our attention is valuable. There is an actual monetary value to our attention. So people are getting very, very good at stealing it, whipping it away from us. That's why doom scrolling is really becoming a thing. I mean, and also think about this. Think about YouTube Shorts, Facebook clips, Reels, TikTok stuff. All this stuff is designed to really capture our attention, and it does so in a way because it does so in a way by keeping things short and interesting. And they know that they've got 3-4 seconds to catch your attention, so people are really tailoring this their content to pull you away from your focus. And it's not just 1, 2, 100, a couple of, it's millions. It's millions of things everywhere, all the time. Not only, I mean, myself, I've got family, I've got creditors, I've got the Canadian Revenue Agency, I've got other professionals. And this is just for what I already have, never mind, expanding and getting another business or trying something different. There's so many things, and that's without turning on the phone. That's without turning on the computer. That's without sitting down to play some video games. There's so many things pulling at our attention, and it's our job, and this is really important, to push that stuff away and stay focused. It is hard because it's almost like an attack. It's almost like an invasion. And you have to kind of push it all away. And that's why it's important to put the phone down. Listen to music without words. I like classical music. Lately, I've been getting into classical music with the sounds of nature, like rainfall or birds chirping, things like that. It sounds weird, but it really is working on getting me more focused. And another thing, and I'm running out of time here, but another thing that really came up that was amazing was meditation. I have not started really getting into meditation too much. I am going to start trying. I'm really going to start focusing on it, because the reason is because they found that lower animals on the evolutionary ladder, if you want to call it that, their brains are smooth, where our brains have these deep V's and deep grooves in them. And there's a name for them. It escapes me right now. But what they theorize is that these deep grooves happen while we're sleeping. And the reason we sleep, and we sleep the way we do, and we wake up relaxed, is because we've designed our world to be the way it is. And this all goes back to the domestication of the dog. I love the idea of this, but animals in the wild are very twitchy, and the moment they hear a twig crack in the forest, they're up and awake. They never really get to that deep sleep that we get to. And that deep sleep, or that deep meditative state, is where our brain starts to get those folds and flaps in it, which makes us, more intelligent. So when they examine our brains, they say, okay, there's flippity floppities all over it. But when they examine a monk who is focused on deep meditation, they found the much deeper grooves. So if grooves mean intelligence and logical thinking and things like that, and meditation gets those deeper grooves, I'm going for meditation. This is part of what it is to get those external stimuli away from us more and more. And I believe that the more we do that, the better our brains are going to be, the more healthy we're going to be, the more we're able to focus. We have to, I know you're watching me on YouTube right now, or you're watching me on financialfreeway23.ca, but we have to really start to put effort into focusing our minds and turning off. It is okay every so often, I believe, maybe I'm wrong, but I believe it's okay every so often to shut your brain off. Watch a cartoon, watch The Simpsons, watch Family Guy. Go through your Facebook page and just go through the reels and just enjoy life for a minute. Just relax and turn the brain off. But for the most part, we do have to be focused. We have to read. We have to educate ourselves. We have to be in the moment with regards to actually focusing on making our brains tighter, stronger, and get those deeper grooves. So it is our job to stay focused and get to a better place. Get that attention. Get the attention away from where it wants to be pulled. Focus our attention where it needs to go. We are in control. We have to be in control of our brains. We have to be in control of the information that gets into it. We have to make conscious decisions of the things that we're feeding our mind. Make a point to choose where you want to be in life. Find the people that are in that place where you want to be. Learn what they know. Take advice from them. Learn from the people that have taught them. If they have a business, learn how to create a business the way they did. It's really that simple. Focus on where you want to be in life. Find the people that are already there. Learn from them. Use their education. Learn from their mistakes. There's a phrase in the Bible that says, honor thy parents. And I think that's a misinterpretation. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's more about honoring your elders. And I think that if I were to really think about it and break it down, when I have thought about it, it is learn from the people, your elders, who have gone before you, who have made those mistakes. Learn from their mistakes. Don't make the same mistakes they made. Because you're just going to take it that much longer to get to where you want to go. They've already made the mistakes. Let them do that. Focus on those things. Focus on where you want to be. Block out as much as you can otherwise. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Check out financialfreeway23.ca. And wherever you are in this beautiful, I wish you a very great day. God bless.